Good evening, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. I told y'all on the last video that I was going to make a pasta dish, and let me just tell you, those 6 garden beds that needed to be filled, my nephew has been here hauling sand by the little wagons and shoveling it in there, going back and shoveling some more in the wagon. Well, I've been out there with him, so I'm late getting this video done, but this is what I'm going to serve him in about an hour when he comes in from working. So the first thing I've done is spray my pan with Pam. You can use whatever kind you want, and I always call it kitchen spray, and they make fun of me. So we're going to make Boursin pasta. So you take your Boursin cheese, and where we get it is Costco has a package with 3 different flavors in it. This happens to be the flavor that my daughter and her daughter don't like, so when they buy it, they give me this one, and this one is shallots and chive, and I like it. So you take your pasta, your cheese, and you're going to put it in the middle of your baking pan. And then I'm going to use around a pound of cherry tomatoes, and you're going to put that in there. Y'all have one of these little garlic cleaner things? It's a little cylinder, and you put your garlic in it, and let's see where y'all can see what I'm doing. And then you just roll it, and it takes the peel, where the peel will come off. See? Perfect little piece of garlic. So I'm going to put about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, because we like a lot of garlic. You do it, this doesn't have a set recipe, so there's not going to be a card at the end. So if you want the recipe, you need to watch what we're doing. Going to put about 5 cloves in ours. Smells like an Italian restaurant when you walk in the door, because it smells good. If you like to smell garlic, and we do. I asked Derek, did he like garlic? He said, oh Lord, Aunt Gay, you can't get too much garlic. So here we go. You make the sauce, and then you put it over your choice of pasta, and there's some little noodles that I like to get at Home Goods, and they're a homemade little thin fettuccine type noodle, but they have lemon in them, just a little bit of lemon, and so that's the ones I'm going to cook to put over. I've showed them to y'all before. They look like a little bird's nest. That's what I'm going to cook to go with this. But let me put these over here in this where I can throw them away. And then you're going to put in your garlic. Now I can put it in whole because it's going to roast in the oven and it should get soft. But I'm just going to cut it a little bit. Rocket science, slicing garlic. If I look windblown, it's because we've been blessed with a breeze today. And I've been out there side dressing my tomatoes and all of my vegetables. And on my Facebook Apron Strings page, Apron Strings, I think it's by Gay Jordan, I'm going to try to start being on there more. So if you haven't asked to be a friend, you might ask. I showed a picture of what I picked out of the garden yesterday. Okay, we've got tomatoes and garlic and our cheese. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, or maybe a little more. That's a tablespoon. And I'm going to put a tablespoon. And then when it gets done, we'll add some more stuff to it. But I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, or until the tomatoes start kind of popping. And then it's time to, I'm going to put some olive oil in there. I love this little hickey doodle I bought. I don't remember where I ordered it. But you can pour from it or you can mist with it. And it's just good. Okay, I'm going to put these in the June oven as soon as it reaches temperature. And it's there, so I turned it for 20 minutes, and I'm going to put these in, and then when the tomatoes start popping and the cheese is melted really well, I'll come back and show you what we're going to do next. I bought some Vidalia onions. By the way, Costco has Vidalia onions right now, and they'll have them for a few month or two. And I decided that I'm going to come back and chop some of this onion and add it to that pan. Sometimes I use a shallot, and sometimes I just don't put any onion. But today, Derek likes whatever I put in it, so I can put onions. I could even put bell peppers in this, because April's bunch don't eat bell peppers. But I'm trying to be a little more authentic on it. Okay, let me get my scooper upper here, and I'm just going to go put it in the pan in the June oven and let it roast with what's in there. Here I go. Okay, I went out to the garden and picked some fresh basil, and Derek's out there working, and he said, "Oh my goodness, Aunt Gay, I can smell basil over here." The wind was blowing. So I went, and I'm getting a faint hint of basil, and I can't smell, y'all. I'm so excited. Maybe it's coming back a little at a time. But I'm going to cut this up and put it on the top when we get everything on our plate. So I would have took y'all out there, but it's just an ordeal to haul this camera out there just to snip basil. So y'all seen the garden, and that's where I cut it from, right outside the door. Alright, I've got my water boiling to put my pasta in. And my friend says salt it like the sea, so when it starts boiling, I'm going to add lots of salt to it. And I'll get the pasta ready, and it won't be long till the sauce will be ready, and we'll be ready to fix our plate. Okay, I want to show y'all the little, looks like little nests of dried pasta. And I'm fixing to get it in the water over here on the stove. That's about to boil over on me. And I'm going to cook this for about 9 minutes. And if I have some left, that's okay. I like to saute garlic in olive oil and just toss it with this pasta, and it's a delicious dish with a salad. So, let's let that, I don't know how hungry Derek is, but if I'd been pulling wagons of sand and shoveling it in the wagon and shoveling it out of the wagon, I'd be pretty hungry. So I'm going to make sure I have enough to fill his tummy up. Y'all, I love pasta. I do love pasta. And I also put the stems from the basil in my pasta water, and I sprinkled a little bit of garlic powder in there for flavor. So, and I went out and I did my basil chiffonade. I rolled it up and sliced it to, oh my goodness, here we go. Sprinkle on the top. Got that fire down a little bit. I need one of those things to put in there that don't boil over, but I don't have one handy. I probably have one somewhere. I got one of everything and two of some, my friend says. Somebody said if you lay a spoon across the top, it won't boil over, but I don't believe that either. I think I'm going to pour a little bit of the liquid out, and that'll help a little bit. Maybe that'll help a little bit. I won't promise, we'll just see. I'm going to set my timer. It's been boiling a little bit. I'm going to set my timer for about 7 minutes, because I've cooked this enough that I know I cook it about 9 minutes. It's very dry. And y'all know how to cook pasta and stir it, so I'm going to cut the camera off, and I'll bring you back when I'm getting it all ready and on a plate. Okay, y'all, I'm going to make some garlic bread to go with our pasta, and this is my homemade sourdough. And this is my knife that Anna and Glenn sent me. That, man, it slices that bread like a champion. Don't have to mash the bread, you just saw it, it just saws right through it. I think of them every day using my stuff. And I don't call them and tell them I'm thinking of them, but maybe it's the thought that counts, because I do think of them, and ask the good Lord to bless them, because they sure bless me. I got a jealous family wanting knives like I've got. Ain't what you know, it's who you know. Okay, in this butter dish, I always keep a stick of Kerrygold butter, and all I use it for, I can't afford to cook with Kerrygold, is for toast. And sometimes I'll splurge and put it on a baked potato. But I'm putting some Kerrygold on here. If you don't know what Kerrygold is, it comes from grass-fed cows in Ireland, and it's a lot more yellow than the butter here. It's richer. You can taste the difference. It's delicious. I mean, if you're going to use butter, you might as well use a little extra here. Okay, let me get this put over here. And I'll tell y'all again, if I look windblown now or any time, I work my videos in among my gardening, and that gardening is just about a full-time job. So the wind's blowing, my hair ain't perfect. And I like these dresses because I got a pocket to stick my cell phone in, because if the kids can't get me, they just know that I have fallen down out there and ain't nobody here to help me. So I have to stay where they can get hold of me. So I just put on these t-shirt dresses that have a pocket, and that way I can answer the phone. Now I like my toast toasted, and Derek likes his soft, like a piece of bread with butter on it. So I'll take his out sooner than mine. Thing said, your pasta's done. Let me try it and see. Ooh. If hot makes it done, it's done. I love that pasta. Y'all need to go to At Home and see if you can find some of it. Because ours has it pretty regularly. Oh my, the basil and the garlic in it is wonderful. Just for a jiffy, I'm going to leave it in there because I want it hot when I mix it all together. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to check what's in the oven, see how much longer we have on it. I put it in there for 20 minutes at 400. Y'all need to be listening because I don't have a card. And I'll show you what it all looks like when it comes together. Can you see? The cheese is soft. The tomatoes are bursting. There's juice in there. Everything should be roasted. So I'm going to get it over here and mix it up really well. And I've got my pasta done. I'm fixing to fix the oven where my garlic bread will be ready. And I'll be back in a minute and show y'all how I'm mixing it up and tossing it with the pasta. Some people like to put their pasta down and put a scoop of the sauce on it. I may do one both ways. I like mine all stirred up together. So maybe that's a country thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I wanted y'all over here where you could see. I'm just going to mash. Ooh, they're hot. I wouldn't know why. If I'd been in a 400-degree oven, I'd be hot too, I guess. I'm going to mash my tomatoes. You can just stir them if you like them in bigger pieces. You stir it all up together. And I'm going to taste it to see if I've got enough of the Italian seasoning in it. Now you can just use the little all red cherry tomatoes. I am just about addicted to these all different colored ones from Costco. That's what I have for breakfast, is toast and tomatoes. And one egg usually. Ooh, don't that look good? That looks kind of like that Rosa sauce. Now I'm going to add about a couple of tablespoons of this Parmesan, and I wished I had fresh, but I don't. Get my spoon. I didn't salt it because the cheese, my goodness, Dave, the cheese has salt in it. So I'm just going to stir it around. It's Derek said when he walked in the house it smelled wonderful, so the garlic and the basil is doing its trick. Let me taste it. That's delicious, but I do think it needs a pinch of salt. Try it one more time. I'll stir some fresh basil in it. The opposite end that I licked. Okay, y'all, I've got our plates here. This is Derek's plate. And I'm putting some fresh basil on the top. And here's his plate. Isn't that pretty? We're going to be sitting down to eat. We're going to have garlic bread with it. I didn't make a salad. It's just going to be pasta and garlic bread and sweet tea. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you'll try it. I'm not putting the card at the end. I've already told you that. You can follow the video and see what you put in the pan and how you season it. And it's delicious. You need to try it. My granddaughter, Lauren, came up with this recipe. And I didn't think she'd share her recipe because she'll make us good pasta and we just enjoy it. But she did. She told me what she did on it, so I wanted to share it with y'all. So anyway, we're fixing to sit down and eat and hope to be back in a day or two with another video. Got some stuff in my head. I just got to get it on the table. The good Lord bless y'all.